My name is Zubin Adrianvala from the Department of Planning at the University of Maryland. In 2008, the world reached a significant milestone. For the first time in history, the human population was majority urban. Now, this milestone was reached very slowly, but very surely. But as the world urbanizes, so do the conflicts in the world. And cities have become a hotspot for serious ethnic violence. Now, cities are wonderful. They are places where people meet, ideas are born, and frankly, the cuisine options are much wider. But at the same time, they are also, as I mentioned earlier, hotspots for violence. In fact, the parties of violence understand the significance of cities and their importance in violence. Think about the attacks of September 11th. The site selection was very, very cautious on the part of the terrorists. The Twin Towers and the Pentagon, both urban targets significant in the human psyche. My research tries to take this idea of understanding the role of the physical city in violence away from the parties of violence and hand it over to the parties of peace. My research involves looking at the city as an actor in the urban violence itself. What I did was compare two cities, one with significant urban violence and one with very little, and ask the questions, are there any physical differences between these two cities? What I started to notice was there were certain points in the city, certain urban forms, which were more susceptible to violence. Now, these two cities, both in India, are very, very similar. They have the very same demographics, roughly. They are from the same part of the country, and people there speak the same language. Yet, one has seen the most violent deaths for any city in India, while the other saw just 3 or 4 deaths at one point. What explains this difference is not just the social structure of these two cities, but how the physical structure of the cities has changed because of the violence. Now, these cities have also responded to this violence by changing their own structure. So we have already understood exactly how crime works in a city vis-a-vis its urban form. Put up streetlights, the broken window theory, our understanding of crime and the city is very, very strong. Yet, when it comes to ethnic violence, city as a part of urban warfare, the city as a potential target for urban warfare, our understanding is seriously lacking. What I noticed in my research is there were some areas which were much more susceptible to this kind of violence. Now, if we can take away these areas as potential violent targets and move them into the hands of the peacemakers and the peace builders of the city itself, then we have a serious chance of countering ethnic violence in the cities. Thank you.